In a world filled with secrets and mysteries, we meet Kazami, a young man who has spent his life as a trained soldier under the guidance of his female master. But now he longs for a taste of normalcy. In an effort to provide him with a semblance of an ordinary life, Kazami is sent to a special high school known as Mihama Academy. Little does he know that this seemingly ordinary academy is home to a group of extraordinary students. Among the students are Kominoe, the class representative, Makina, the youngest member of the academy, Suou, who exudes a sisterly aura towards Makina, Michiru, whose unique personality sets her apart from the rest, and Sakaki, who holds a deep disdain for Kazami, going so far as to attempt to harm him. While most of the girls appear to be normal at first glance, it becomes clear that there is more to them than meets the eye. As the episode unfolds, we catch glimpses of their hidden sides. Kominoe is working on a bomb, raising questions about her true intentions. Amane seems to harbor devious plans for Kazami, adding a layer of intrigue. And the girl's past remains shrouded in mystery, leaving us to wonder about their true nature. Soon enough, it becomes evident that the cover of this seemingly ordinary academy does not represent the full story. The secrets and enigmatic nature of the girls create an atmosphere of suspense and anticipation for what lies ahead. As the enigma surrounding the students' pasts continues, Yuji's own history becomes a subject of curiosity. With guidance from his handler, JB, Yuji cryptically reveals his past as a cleaner, someone who took out the garbage. Despite Makina's initial uneasiness around Yuji, their shared love for fish and his genuine kindness gradually melt the barriers between them. Makina starts seeing Yuji as an older brother figure, which intrigues Amane, who hopes that winning over Makina might eventually help Yuji gain Sakaki's trust. The reasons behind Sakaki's deep-rooted animosity towards Yuji are finally unveiled. She fears that he might harm her or the other girls, as she had the chance to know them before they arrived at the academy. Being one of the first students at Mihama Academy, Sakaki takes great pride in its clean reputation and remains cautious of Yuji, who is still a stranger to her. However, a heartfelt conversation between them leads to a mutual understanding and a glimpse of a potential friendship. Makina's close bond with Yuji leads her to imitate his mannerisms. Isn't it endearing to see how their relationship has evolved? Yuji finds himself in a comical situation when he unknowingly almost ends up with a rhinestone-adorned fanny pack. Luckily, his newfound friendship with Michiru saves the day. How would you react to such an amusing predicament? Meanwhile, Amane, after teasing Yuji and engaging in some rather explicit behavior, musters the courage to confess her feelings. She expresses her love and asks him out, only to face rejection. Yuji's past experiences have left him hesitant to accept affection and kindness. However, he offers her a consolation prize, suggesting they can have a sibling-like bond. How do you think this will affect their relationship moving forward? As the story progresses, Amane yearns for Yuji's kindness, hoping to receive the same level of care he shows others. With Michiru's well-being causing concern among her classmates, a blackout sets the stage for heartfelt discussions. One topic that arises is whether men and women can truly be friends. As the girls contemplate this question, it becomes evident that their limited interactions with males make it challenging to provide a definitive answer. Meanwhile, Yumiko, despite her repeated attempts to harm Yuji, finds herself slowly becoming friendlier towards him. During a moment of fear induced by the blackout and Michiru's unusual behavior, Yuji consoles Yumiko, earning her gratitude. Yet, she swiftly reminds herself of her initial distaste for his presence at the school. From the series premiere, Michiru's eccentricity has been evident, with unique animations distinguishing her from the others. However, it is revealed that Michiru suffers from dissociative identity disorder. The reasons behind this condition remain undisclosed, but we witness two contrasting sides of Michiru. One is the lively and eccentric persona we are accustomed to, while the other exudes a somber demeanor that attracts Yuji's attention. A fleeting kiss from the solemn Michiru leaves him enchanted. But their story doesn't conclude there. The black cat that appeared in previous episodes resurfaces, revealing the depth of its significance to Michiru. While the girls discuss friendships between genders, it becomes apparent that Michiru's most cherished bond is with the black cat. In a heartbreaking turn of events, the cat is tragically hit by a car, leaving Michiru cradling its lifeless body in her arms. Moving forward, it is revealed that Michiru has battled with depression and suicidal thoughts for some time. The tragic loss of her only friend, who took her own life, compounded Michiru's emotional struggles. Her fragile heart failed, necessitating a heart transplant with an American donor, resulting in the coexistence of two distinct personalities within her. Although the alternative Michiru has no intention of usurping control, she yearns to fulfill her own desires. Yuji aids her in meeting her long-lost mother, leveraging his contact, Julia. This gesture hints at a newfound harmony between Michiru and her alter ego. Michiru's profound despair stems not only from her sense of worthlessness, but also from the recurring loss of those who gave her life meaning. However, when Yuji learns of her determination to end her own life, he devises a plan to bury her alive. The burial forces Michiru to confront her inner demons, including the hurtful words of her piano teacher and mother, the haunting memory of her best friend's death, and the revelation that her current identity was crafted for others' convenience. Despite the depths of her anguish, Michiru discovers a flicker of desire to live. In a symbolic act, Yuji merely covers her makeshift grave with dirt, enabling her to fight her way back to the surface. Soon enough, it becomes evident that Michiru's feelings for Yuji are growing, though she remains hesitant to admit them. Next, we witness the power struggle between Yumiko and her father, the mastermind behind Mihama Academy. Yumiko's father, eager to see her fulfill her destiny as the heir to the Tohin Railway Group, grows impatient and demands her return home. To accomplish this, he enlists the help of Julia and our protagonist Yuji. Their mission? To frighten Yumiko into compliance, utilizing Julia's connections to stage life-threatening scenarios. But things take an unexpected turn when Yuji bravely confronts Julia's henchmen. With the danger averted, Yumiko begins to unveil the deep-rooted issues she has with her father and the Sakaki family. We learn of her mother's struggles, the stigma of infertility, and her eventual illness, leading to their social isolation. Yumiko's father's infidelity and the birth of a son only compounded her feelings of rejection. Tragically, her mother's suicide and her brother's untimely death left Yumiko as the sole heir, leading to her reluctant acceptance back into the family fold. Yumiko's mental state takes a dark turn. Her once steadfast pillar of support, her mother, shattered her sense of self-worth with the devastating words, "If only you were born a boy." With no true friends and surrounded by gossip, she finds solace in her retractable blade, employing it for the first time against an unsuspecting target. Fueled by her father's oppressive control, Yumiko takes drastic measures. When faced with the prospect of being forcibly transferred to a school abroad, she pulls out a gun and opens fire. As the bullets run dry, she reaches for a grenade, seemingly ending her own life. However, all is not as it seems. Yuji and Julia had orchestrated a master plan, ensuring that while Yumiko Sakaki may have met her demise, the essence of who she is lives on. Freed from the burden of the Sakaki curse, Yumiko discovers the truth. Her parents were shaped by the demands of the family business, not by their own volition. On the other hand, Sachi, ever the observant one, notices a change in Michiru's behavior and Sakaki's demeanor. She becomes curious about Yuji's role in transforming them, as Sakaki no longer harbors hostility towards him. As a test looms over the students, Michiru's deep-seated test aversion comes to the fore. In an unexpected twist, she implores Sachi to handle the situation. While Sachi would typically dismiss Michiru's whimsical requests, she takes this one seriously. Alarmed, Michiru takes drastic measures, planting bombs throughout the school, intending to sabotage the test. However, behind Sachi's enigmatic character lies a tragic past. Before arriving at Mihama Academy, she was an ordinary girl, seeking solace in the park while her parents worked tirelessly. It was there that she met Yuji, who became her companion until he suddenly disappeared. Alone once more, Sachi's life takes a devastating turn on her 10th birthday when her parents meet with a fatal accident in front of her eyes. Her father loses his life, while her mother falls into a coma, enduring years of unconsciousness. How does Yuji aid Sachi in overcoming this immense tragedy? Firstly, he intervenes to dismantle the bombs she had created, averting disaster. Then, he imparts a profound message, affirming that it is perfectly acceptable for Sachi to be selfish. As the poignant quote goes, "There are times when selfishness can save a person." Meanwhile, Makina, having formed a close bond with Yuji, stuns everyone by offering him a staggering sum of $70 million to become her papa. Intriguingly, Yuji accepts the offer but refrains from spending the money. Instead, he takes his newfound role as a father figure seriously, teaching Makina vital skills like combat and sniping. In his own way, he raises her, reminiscent of how his own master raised him. The reason behind Makina's attachment to Yuji stems from her family's abandonment. Her mother, a prominent figure in politics, excommunicated her, leaving her with the $70 million as her sole means of survival. Allegedly, her father was killed for seeking to expose the political corruption within the family. With Mihama Academy and its residents as her only family now, Makina seeks solace in Yuji's guidance. As summer break approaches, most students return home, leaving only Makina and possibly Sakaki at the academy. To escape the monotony of homework, Makina eagerly joins Yuji when he suggests cleaning his master's grave. Through this task, we gain insight into Yuji's past. His biological family is gone, and he used to live with his father's friend until Asako took them in. Asako played a pivotal role in shaping Yuji into the person he is today, training him and introducing him to Julia, who provided him with a career. Though Yuji often speaks of Asako with a tinge of sarcasm, deep down he longs to repay her for all she has done. However, troubling events unfold as Makina's family becomes a target. A car bombing narrowly misses taking the life of Serena, Makina's younger sister. Yuji receives alarming information that Makina herself is the next target. Someone seeks to eliminate the next generation of her family. To Yuji's dismay, he is not only informed of Makina's endangerment, but also ordered to take her life. Suddenly, his promises of protection, love, and fatherhood are jeopardized, all at the behest of their mysterious and elusive boss. With Yuji undertaking this task under false pretenses, he unwittingly becomes the enemy of the powerful Irisu family and the mysterious organization JB works for. However, before accepting the contract for Makina's life, Yuji forms a contract with her first, making her his top priority. As a result, he finds himself facing relentless opposition, showcasing his legendary skills and resourcefulness. As the stakes escalate, Yuji sets traps, evades capture, and finds himself in a critical situation when Makina becomes vulnerable. The original plan of staying on the run becomes impossible, forcing Yuji to confront the source of the chaos. Makina possesses a unique memory and knows about the Irisu family's corruption. The contract was initiated to protect her sister, but her own life is now at stake. Her mother, ready to eliminate loose ends, is willing to turn her into an organ donor. However, Makina's mother underestimated the bond between Makina and Yuji. In a shocking turn of events, Yuji takes down her mother, liberating Makina and ensuring the victory of JB's crew by recovering crucial documents. With the threat eliminated, Yuji no longer has to hide. But the true triumph lies in Makina's recovery, as she returns to her eccentric self, albeit relying on crutches. As we move forward, Aman's unexplained presence in Yuji's room sets the stage for an intimate moment between the two. Amane's desire to cook for Yuji and spend time together prompts them to define their relationship. However, Yuji presents an unconventional proposal, accepting Amane as his girlfriend while not being her boyfriend. Amane finds this proposition puzzling, and in response, she poses a crucial question. Does Yuji like her? His admission of affection, albeit expressed in an unfamiliar manner, reveals his struggle with love and relationships. It becomes evident that Yuji's emotional journey is complex and foreign to him, leaving Amane yearning for a deeper connection. Meanwhile, as the narrative progresses, we are transported 6 years back to a fateful bus ride. Amane and Kazuki find themselves on a bus that veers off the road, leaving them stranded at the foot of a mountain. With no cell reception and injuries sustained by the other girls, Kazuki takes charge of caring for everyone. However, in a shocking turn of events, Amon becomes the sole survivor when they are eventually discovered. This begs the question, what occurred between the bus crash, Kazuki's efforts to bandage wounds, and the ultimate tragedy that left only Amon alive? Mysteries and unanswered questions continue to deepen the intrigue surrounding their past. Kazuki's character development shines as she becomes the pillar of support for her companions. Whether it's tending to the injured, stepping into an adult role when the teacher is absent, or making difficult decisions like preparing sustenance from a dog, Kazuki shoulders the weight of challenging tasks. Amane, who admires Kazuki's strength, begins to question the source of her kindness and wonders if it stems solely from pity. However, as their bond deepens and Kazuki shares the stories of her younger brother Yuji, Amane starts to understand the complex layers of Kazuki's personality. Despite rubbing some people the wrong way, Kazuki's loyalty and the hint of familial issues lead her to open up to Amane. In a heartfelt moment, Kazuki vows to protect Amane and expresses her love for her. This pivotal scene reveals the vulnerability behind Kazuki's stoic facade and solidifies the bond between the two characters. The girls find themselves trapped and starving on day 15. On the brink of losing their sanity, desperation leads some to resort to eating maggots from their wounds, while others wander aimlessly. However, a glimmer of hope appears when the teacher returns with a deer, seemingly offering relief from their dire circumstances. But alas, Kazuki unveils a dark truth to Amane. It turns out that not only is the teacher engaged in an inappropriate relationship with a student, but the bodies of former students are being dismembered and cooked for survival. This shocking revelation prompts Kazuki and Amane to make a daring escape, with Kazuki planning to be a decoy to ensure Amane's safe getaway. Amane, burdened with survivor's guilt, manages to reach civilization but faces accusations of cannibalism and grapples with her guilt-ridden conscience. Seeking redemption and driven by her love for Yuji, she requests him to end her life. However, Yuji refuses, and instead, they vow to stand by each other's side, cementing their commitment. As the story unfolds, Yuji raises suspicions about Kazuki's alleged demise, noting the absence of her head in the dismembered corpses. This fuels speculation that Kazuki may still be alive, prompting Amane and Yuji to embark on a search for Kazuki's whereabouts near the possible campsite. Amane and Yuji return to the bus crash site, only to find a cryptic note left by Kazuki. The note leaves us uncertain about her fate, leaving us in suspense as to her whereabouts. Meanwhile, Sakashita, the grieving father of one of the deceased girls, holds those at Mihama Academy hostage, seeking to exact his revenge on Amane. However, with the combined efforts of Yuji, JB's crew, and the support of Sachi and Makina, they prove to be more than a match for Sakashita's sinister intentions. And that brings us to a satisfying conclusion, dear viewers. The mysteries have been unraveled, and our characters have faced their demons.